There are barriers to pollution prevention. That is, there could be technical limitations that are present in the manufacturing process will become one of the main drawback, and lack of information where it is possible that decision makers are simply unaware of the potential opportunities available regarding information to aid in the implementation of pollution prevention. Consumer preference obstacles that may strongly affect the manner in which a product is produced, packaged, and marketed. That is also a reason for reason as a barrier. So uh, there are uh, many such limitations which are mm, a part of the barriers. So the pollution, noise pollution. The picture depicts on the noise pollution that is affecting the people and the wildlife, and soil contamination, which on its when the concentration of chemical becomes higher, it results in which results in uh, harmful living organisms to come into picture, and it will spoil the nutrient quality of the soil for any reusage. Light pollution also has a great impact on the planet, and it can also cause number of pollutants into the environment. So as we were discussing on the pollution prevention, we further continue on concern over the product quality decline. There is a less hazardous material in a product manufacturing company may result in durability and the competitiveness it can create. Hence, it is important to follow the standards to uh, first of all prevent the pollution. Economic concerns, it make many companies are unaware of the advantages and associated with the pollution prevention, and it actually brings in a good amount of margin of the profit. Resistance to change, or so there will always be resistance to change for the system, reluctance to try the new technologies. Then there is the barriers will always continue to be a part of the society. So regulatory barriers could be containment of waste and discouraging use of chemicals, and all this will amount to regulatory reinforcements, which often sometimes weaken the waste reduction processes, and also people have to be acknowledged through their incentives and appreciations. So lack of market, so many times pollution prevention uh, mm, uh, mm, mm, products avail if the markets do not exist for some goods. For example, recycling of newspaper in United States has resulted in um, reducing the waste with the abundance of waste paper without markets prepared to take the advantage of this raw material. So this could also be one of the causes for the barriers. So mm, management apathy is expected, where making decisions to begin with the pollution prevention activities actually benefits the pollution prevention. Just in this institutional barriers, where infrastructure will have to develop in working on these waste management. Lack of awareness on pollution prevention advantages also creates, so that creates problems. So awareness has to be created amongst people. Concern over the decimation of the confidential product information. If pollution prevention assessment reveals the confidential data mm, pertinent to a company's product. Fear may exist that the organization will lose a competitive edge with the business in the industry. So, benefits, there are several benefits from the by following that en- mm, environmental pollution index rating, and also pollution prevention, and before heading for a pollution control. There are these have to be realized only by practices rather than more on preaching. So eliminate of waste storage, treatment, handling, transport and disposal of the waste, and regulatory compliance also is which are not generated. Compliance issues are not a concern. So waste management costs associated with record keeping, reporting and laboratory analysis uh, are reduced, eliminated. So liability reduction, facilities are responsible from the waste, that is, we produce waste will have to find its grave. So uh, the liabilities out of the production of the decreased waste will be less, and the need for expansive pollution liability insurance requirements are also to be abated, right? uh, mm, the enhanced public image, consumers are interested in purchasing that goods which are safer to the environment, and they are mm, mm, they are their Mm. Success or failure in the companies will give the image, and make compulsory measures such as economic incentives and technical assistance programs for so there are more opportunities in federal and state grants that could be possible to strengthen the preventive programs which could cater to both the manufacturer as well as the consumer to mm, to avail market incentives with public demand for environmentally preferred products, where recycled goods and related products that can be designed with the environmental characteristics in mind, offering a competitive advantage. Reduced waste treatment costs, that it will naturally bring down the reduction in the um, in the treatment and further processes, and potential tax incentives also has to be given in order to motivate people in following the standards to achieve the good environmental standards. So the decreased worker exposure, if there is a impact of the material production in the sector, in the sectors of manufacturing, workers health has to be protected by decreased exposure, decreased energy consumption. It has to be in the several processes, and could be altered, or the transport means could be changed, and so that there has been a constant energy consumption could be decreased. Increased operating efficiencies, so effect of pollution prevention activity in a is a concurrent increase in operating efficiency. So though pollution prevention assessment, the assessment can identify sources of waste that results from hazard waste generation and loss in the process performance. Competitive advantage has to be thought of in uh, um, pollution prevention. Reduced negative environmental impacts have to be thought. so that which considers total system approach, which will be which will help in to reduce the prevention, and if in case has happened, it will take care for the control also in future. So this is what is on the